Hello, my YouTube family. I generally ask you guys, did you miss me? But you know what? I'm going to make a confession that I missed you guys. I've been away a little while, had some things we had to iron out business-wise, took a little private time for myself, but we are back. And before we get started, I want to let you guys know, do not forget to do me a favor, smash that bell so that you can be reminded every time a show comes on. Also subscribe, share it with some friends. We're getting ready to get back our momentum and get back in stride. I'm getting ready to get a few more people to help promote the show. So things are looking up. And so I am happy to be back in front of you. Now, I spoke about you guys taking a little time on my own. Your boy, went over across the big pond to London. That's right, went to London, England. And I had on one of my hoodies. Actually, I think this hoodie right here, a black hoodie, Sports Talk with Fat Larry. And I had a British gentleman walk up to me in this British accent. I won't even try to imitate it. And saying, I've never heard of Sports Talk with Fat Larry. What channel do you come on? And I was trying to let him know, no, it's not a channel here in England. I'm on YouTube, which YouTube goes around the world. So I told him to go to YouTube and look up the show, Sports Talk with Fat Larry. Go to Fat Larry Podcast at Gmail, and you can get one of these hoodies if you like it, which he did. So I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone here. I'm letting you guys know that I was noticed in England. You're gonna see some pictures as the show comes on and goes off of me going to England. And so, but that's not the point. The point is that I took Sports Talk with Fat Larry across the pond, so now people in England have heard of me. So this gentleman, I gave him instruction on what to do, and I'd be that blasted a couple months later if he didn't send me a request to get him a hoodie to send back to England. And I did. So that's a feather in your boy's cap. I don't care if I don't have but two people over in England know about me. He's one of them, and he said he was going to tell his brother. So I'm waiting on that next order. But anyway, I said all that to say that I had a good time, and I got my name over in another country. But I'm coming back to my country now, right here in H-Town, Texas. Mr. Womack is the broker and president and CEO of Womack Development Investment Realtors, a private minority-owned full-service commercial and residential real estate brokerage firm. Over the years, he has been known to be a respected community businessman and partner and has received many awards. Now, he sells real estate everywhere, but this specialty is right here in 3rd Ward. This guy can get it taken care of for you. So, all of my listeners, we got long sleeve, short sleeve, and hoodies available to you. Hit me up at fatlarrypodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what size you want and what color you want, and we'll take care of you. fatlarrypodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what size and what color you want, and we'll take care of you. Okay, let's get on down to the real nitty-gritty here. As you know, this past year, there were some things that transpired. What is the most recent thing that has passed? Did you guys happen to see the basketball in the Olympics with the show that Steph Curry put on? It was just marvelous. And moving on, here in Houston, we have the first place TSU Lady Tiger basketball team. They have, for the first time, started the season off 7-0. That's right, no mistake, 7-0. We want to give flowers out to Coach Skeet right now. Coach Skeet has turned the Lady Tigers' fortunes around. They are in first place. We have a big game. Today is January the 30th. We have a big game Saturday at TSU playing Prairie View A&M University, the rivalry game. It's such a good rivalry that HBCU Go is going to have it on their TV format. So it will be broadcast nationally on HBCU Go, Prairie View playing TSU. The ladies will play before the men, and then the men will play. If you're in the area and you represent Prairie View or TSU, or you have family members that have gone to one of the two, or you just like the school, come out and support the game. Okay? Come support the TSU Prairie View game. It's going to be a big game because the TSU men are in second place with a 7-1 record. A 6-1 record, and Southern University is in first with a 7-0 record. And so, you know, that records don't mean a thing when Prairie View and Texas Southern play. It don't matter at all. Rivalry games, you know, one team can be undefeated, another team can have 8 losses. The game is going down to the wire, trust me. I don't want it to because I'm pulling for TSU, but I already know Prairie View is going to play till they can't breathe. And so the game is going to go down to the wire. So come out and watch the game and be entertained and enjoy yourself. And as I always say, the black universities need your support financially. No secret, they all need your support. So come on out and enjoy the game, which leads a segue into what the SWAC games are going to be this upcoming week starting Saturday. So let's get into that. Saturday, let me give you the records first. I gave you 2 of the teams. Southern University is 7-0. This is men's. TSU is 6-1. Jackson State is 5-2. Alabama State 4-3. FAMU is 4-3, a surprise. FAMU has a new coach and they're at 4-3. Bethune-Cookman is 4-3. Alcorn is 4-3. Alabama A&M is 3-4. Grambling State is 3-4. Prairie View is 3-5. UAPB is 0-7, and Mississippi Valley State is 0-8. Now, this past week, on the Monday's game, Southerns beat Mississippi Valley. TSU beat Alabama State. Jackson State lost to FAMU. Alabama State loses to TSU. FAMU, as I said, beat Jackson State. Bethune-Cookman loses to Alcorn. Alcorn beats Bethune-Cookman. So Bethune-Cookman and Alcorn are tied with the same record, 4-3. Alabama A&M beats Prairie View. Grambling State beats UAPB. Prairie View loses to Alabama A&M. And Mississippi Valley loses to Southern. UAPB, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, loses to Grambling State. Now, player of the week was Kevion McClain, Texas Southern guard. Now, this Saturday, Jackson State is going to be at Grambling State. Prairie View is going to be at TSU. Alabama State at Bethune-Cookman. Alabama A&M at FAMU. They're making that Florida trip. When teams go to Florida, they're going to hit both schools, just like when they come to Texas, they do the Texas two-step. Prairie View and TSU. Alcorn is going to be at Southern. Mississippi Valley is going to be at UAPB. Now, after watching all the teams the first go around, I'm looking at, there are about 3 to 4 teams that are going to be very serious during the playoffs when we get into the tournament. I'm looking at TSU and Southern currently right now, but Jackson State could be someone that moves into the mix and becomes a real big player come tournament time. So we got Alabama A&M again at FAMU, Alcorn at Southern, be a good game, and Mississippi Valley at UAPB. Now, Tuesday, TSU will be, the men will be at UAPB for a makeup game against UAPB when the weather was bad. Now, what what we're going to do now is look at the women. The women, TSU is 7-0. Jackson State is 6-1. Southern is 6-1. Alabama A&M is 5-2. Grambling State 4-3. FAMU 3-4. And Bethune-Cookman is 3-4. Alcorn State 3-4. Alabama State 3-4. Prairie View 3-4. Mississippi Valley 1-7, and UAPB is bringing up the rear 0-7. And the games that we said are going to be Saturday, the women will play on Saturday also, just before the men. Okay? Now, some information just came in. 2025 SWAC baseball tournament will be in Birmingham, Alabama, from May the 21st to May the 25th. So, you know, baseball is what I played, and TSU should have a good team this year, but you got to deal with Southern and Jackson State. And also, FAMU and Bethune-Cookman have pretty good baseball teams every year. So I think that's going to be the four-horse race right there. You got TSU, both the Florida schools, Jackson State, and Southern. You can never take Southern out of the mix. So baseball is getting ready to kick off next month, the latter part of February. So keep your eyes and ears on news publications, and we want you to support the baseball players also. Okay, let's talk, we're going to stay in HBCU, but we go into the pros. What do you guys think about Michael Vick being hired as Norfolk State new football coach? Hit me up down below with a comment and let me know what you think about Michael Vick. I think he's going to do a good job. Nobody thought Dion would be doing the job he's done. Now, I know Michael Vick has not coached, but he has that knowledge. And once you put other assistant coaches that's got head coach experience and associate head coach experience, OC, offensive coordinator experience, along with defensive coordinator experience, he'll pick it up. He'll pick it up. He's already gone on the recruiting trail and started. See, Michael Vick has a name. Let me ask my producer something. If you're playing football in Virginia, Shaylin, and Michael Vick come to you, now you're not a big time 5-star, 3-star player, but if you're a pretty good player and you got, say, mid-level college degree scholarships, say for instance, Northwestern Louisiana, and Michael Vick comes to you, would you give Michael Vick an opportunity to talk with you about coming to Norfolk State?
Oh yeah, he's a legend in a sense.
There you go. See, this is what Michael Vick is going to do for Norfolk State. You got to have the players. I don't care who the coach is. If you don't have no players, Deion Sanders' first year at Colorado, you know, almost his second year, you know, no offensive line. Last year he got a couple guys in, and this year he's going to get some more offensive linemen. But you got to have players. And I think that's what Michael Vick is going to do for Norfolk State. You got another ex-NFL player, Deshaun Jackson. Yes, Deshaun Jackson, that was the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, is going to be the head coach at Delaware State. And one more time, no head coaching experience, but he's surrounding himself with guys that have been head coaches and guys that have a resume and pedigree to be able to bring players in. He already has established a pipeline to California. That's where he's from, California. He's already got 3 transfer players from D1 schools that are committed to go to Delaware State. You know, so I think these guys are going to do a good job. You got the third one, Terrell Buckley. Shaylin, you may be too young to remember this guy, but this guy was an All-American cornerback and safety at Florida State, and he's coached in D1 level, and so he has the experience, and he's from Mississippi, where he's the new head coach at Mississippi Valley State. You're going to see some players come to Mississippi Valley State also. I like what's going on. Some people don't like the fact that they got ex-NFL players with no experience and all this stuff, just like they laughed at Deion when he came to Jackson State, But Jackson State has not been mad about one single minute that Deion was there. The carry over from when Deion there to now T.C. Taylor has taken over is still tremendous. T.C. Taylor, now he's having to coach and he's having to work, but he's understanding that wave that Deion created, he's continuing it. And now you have the fourth new guy, Sam Shedd. He's going to be the new coach at Alabama A&M. One more time, down below, let me know about each one of these coaches, about what you think they'll be able to bring to their prospective university. Michael Vick at Norfolk State, they play in the MEAC. They got to deal with Howard, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, so it's not going to be easy. And then you got Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State, they're in the MEAC, so they got to deal with the same thing. Now, Delaware State had a pretty good season last year, and so they're looking for Delaware State to continue. You got Terrell Buckley at Mississippi Valley. Now, let me slow down and talk about Valley. Valley is the hardest row in the SWAC to be able to dig out from underneath the dirt. It can be done. You gotta have a coach, and that's what Mississippi Valley had, Archie Cooley. Archie Cooley is a Hall of Famer. They got formations that they're running in the NFL that, the first place that they ran those formations was with Archie Cooley in Mississippi Valley. Mississippi Valley came to town to play TSU one year with Jerry Rice and Willie Towton. They had 3 wide receivers on the same side stacked right behind each other. Now every NFL team does that. So it can be done at Mississippi Valley, but you're going to have to get some players, and you got to have the right coach. And this guy, Terrell Buckley, I like what he has been saying. He said that it's not going to be any excuses. We understand what Mississippi Valley has and what they don't have. So it's been done before, we're going to do it again. So I like the way Terrell Buckley is talking about Mississippi Valley. Sam Shedd, he's the new coach at Alabama A&M. He's coming from Miles College. Well, Miles College was in the playoffs last year. And he's the same way. He's bringing like 3 or 4 of his guys, players that is, from Miles to Alabama A&M. You say, well, what's the significance of that? The significance of that, those guys know how to win. So when you bring winners and put them on a team, they're not going to accept no losing. They're not going to accept guys loafing. You got to have people like that on your team that hate losing with a passion. All the guys that are great. Michael Jordan, your favorite basketball player?
Yeah, Kobe. I like Kobe.
Hated losing. Hated. I read some story on Kobe when they lost a game or something one time. They went into the locker room. He told all his players that had on Kobe Nike's tennis to take them off. Take them damn, excuse my French, but take them damn sneakers off, because you ain't representing me like that. Magic Johnson read his book and he said he hated losing with a disdain. Larry Bird could not take it with the Boston Celtics. He called them sissies when they were getting punked and getting beat at one game. They don't, so you gotta have players like that. And so he's bringing some guys that have won with him at Miles College. Now, case in point, last year, Benedict College lost their coach, Seamus Berry, to South Carolina State. TSU was looking for a football coach. I made the statement way before they decided on who they were going to get. Actually, they were thinking about the former coach at Alcorn State, McNair. But I was saying there was a guy at Benedict College that all he knows how to do is win and bury. But South Carolina State didn't let him get out of South Carolina. They got and snapped him up just like that. And what did he do? He had South Carolina State almost in the playoffs his first year. So coaches make a difference. And some coaches are just like the great players. They hate to lose, so they will go that extra mile and make sure their team is prepared, they're ready, and they're hungry. And so that's the update on the new coaches in the SWAC. We got 2, and we got 2 new coaches in the MEAC. Okay? Now, staying on that subject, we got Cortez Hankton Jr. just been promoted to wide receiver coach at LSU. He was one of the guys being considered at Texas Southern because he's an ex-TSU player and he played with the New Orleans Saints. But Cortez Hankton is getting ready to be put into the Hall of Fame at Texas Southern University. I think that's a great gesture. This guy did it when he was at TSU, and he did it as he's been coaching. And I'm thinking that if this don't work out with our present coach, that might be the route they go the next time, is with Cortez Hankton. Okay? Staying in HBCU, I just been notified, looking on the computer, that Grambling State is going to play Jackson State in Las Vegas on October the 25th. They'll move their game to Las Vegas. You know, I've had the great opportunity to attend the MEAC, not the MEAC Classic, but the Chris Paul Classic basketball tip-off in Las Vegas when Texas Southern has been participating in it for 2 years in a row. And it's a great experience, so I feel like it's going to be a great experience when Jackson State and Grambling go to town. It should be probably, I'm looking for it to be sold out. So Grambling State is going to play Jackson State in Las Vegas. And if you're in the area during that time in Las Vegas, you plan a trip, go out. You don't have to attend Jackson State or Grambling. Go out and support the school. Now we're going to give a little information on a couple of players that have left different SWAC schools. First, Southern University quarterback that was in the SWAC championship game against Jackson State, he has moved on to Grambling. Zay T-Set is his name. He's now going to be playing for the Grambling State University. I feel like this guy is going to be pretty good for them. He's a dual threat. He can run and pass. And so that's what the system for quarterbacks now going to. You got to have quarterbacks that can make something out of nothing. You know, that's why Josh Allen, Jaden, I'm getting to the NFL now, but Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, these players, Jalen Hurts, these guys that can move and that are mobile, Lamar Jackson, quarterback at Kansas City, these guys, when there's nothing there, they're going to keep the chains rolling because they're going to do whatever it takes to get the first down. So we're going to now go to the NFL. Texas versus Kansas City. I know you just about trying to get over that loss, and everybody was saying they took it from us. And there were a few bad calls in there, but we still need to improve on our offensive line. No doubt, Kansas City got some calls, but we still need to improve on our line. But Texans did a good job in making it to play Kansas City. Kansas City versus the Eagles. I'm gonna go with Kansas City until somebody beat them. I mean, I feel good about the Eagles because they have a hellacious defense and they got Saquon Barkley. This guy, I don't understand. He is ripping off 150 and 200 yards like it's nothing. But I do understand it. Watch the games from the past 2 weeks. Heck, Saquon's not getting touched, Shaylin, to 4 yards down the field. Is that right? Mm-hmm. 4 yards down the field. Heck, I mean, I played football in high school. Could have had an opportunity to play it in college, I said, but if I ain't gonna get touched 4 yards down the field, I think I can run behind that line. I think I can run behind that line. But anyway, Saquon Barkley, woo, it's hard for me to go against him, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs until somebody beat Mahomes. It just, Mahomes is unreal, you know. And I was telling the gentleman, the only team that I thought had a chance of beating Kansas City was the Bills, because they got a quarterback just as cold. Yeah, I'm talking about Josh Allen. You know, I was telling the guy the other day, if we're gonna pick quarterbacks, I'll let you go first. You know, I want Mahomes, but I ain't gonna be mad about Josh Allen. None of these last 3 years that they've lost to Kansas City has been Josh Allen's fault. And he made some turnovers here and there, but he's just not fortunate enough to get the ball last. Like even this game, this past last weekend. They could have kicked a field goal and tried to send it into overtime. But I don't blame the coach for going for it. I just didn't like the play calls that he did. 2 quarterback sneaks. You got a running back, do something with the running back. Hit the back out the backfield for 2 yards. It was only a yard. You know, but Josh Allen is a hell of a quarterback also. He's in that parameter with Lamar, Mahomes, and Josh Allen. You know, that's 1, 2, 3. Any way you want to pick it, it's 1, 2, 3 them. You know, Detroit got a good quarterback. Los Angeles, Stafford got a good quarterback. But these are the top 3 guys to me, because these guys are going to keep the chains moving. And you're getting ready to see Jaden Daniels get into the mix. This young kid is tough. So I'm holding on to see next year what he does, because our quarterback, C.J. Stroud, had the same type of year that Jaden had this year. But for some reason, it seemed like it kind of regressed. Well, not no some reason. You got to have some blocking. You can't throw the ball laying on your butt. But there was a few times that C.J. did some things that I didn't like. I didn't see him do the first year, but that's okay. I think next year he'll get the groove back. So I'm going for the Super Bowl. Down below, let me know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. Is it going to be Philadelphia or Kansas City? Okay, let's go to NBA. Now we're talking about the Houston Rockets. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I don't want to hear anything from any of you guys. Man, you a Laker fan. Yes, I am. I am a Laker fan, but I'm also a hometown guy. My cousin hates it. He said, you can't lose. You are either the Lakers gonna win or the Rockets gonna win. So you got 2 teams. Now, I am a Laker fan, but I love the Rockets too. Definitely love them now. They got some young group of guys that, woo, they play defense. And you know why that is? I was talking about you gotta have a coach in football, but you gotta have a coach, period. They got Yumei Doka, you know. So, and you can see the difference in where the team plays. You know, they playing defense. You know, the Rockets season, you got, man, 32-14. I mean, they got a couple of old guys, but the nucleus of their team is probably like 21 to 25 or 6. They got a great team. You got Amon Thompson. Mark my words, he's gonna make the All-NBA team. Defensive. He may be first team All-NBA defensive. You got Dylan Brooks, Mr. Nasty. You got to have somebody like that. He goes off a little bit sometimes, but the guys take on his demeanor. That is, they ain't gonna take no mess. Segun, Albert Segun, I like the center. He's good. Turkish. Fred VanVleet. I actually wanted the Lakers to get Fred VanVleet. Really I did when the Lakers was looking for a guard a couple of years ago. All he does is direct the team and play basketball. He stays on an even keel. And you got to have a quarterback like that. Yeah, I called him a quarterback because that's what your point guard is. He's the quarterback of your team. Torrey Eason, Tayshaun Tate. Tayshaun Tate is such a pro that sometimes he don't play for a couple games, but when they call on him, he comes through every time. That's why I say the Rockets are like 9 deep. You got Tayshaun Tate, you got Steven Adams, the old guy, he's coming through. Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green can be a star, a superstar. Jabari Smith, and you got Cam Whitmore. You know, Cam Whitmore just needs playing time. I'm hoping they don't trade him, but if somebody offers the Rockets something that they can't refuse, he may be gone. But I love Cam Whitmore. He is fearless. Now the standings in the NBA right quick, in the East, I'm only gonna give the top 5. Because the rest of these guys, even if they make the playoffs, they ain't gonna be in there long. You got Cleveland, 38-9. Boston, this is total East, it doesn't matter what division. 33-15. They're going through a little something right now, but Boston gonna have to be dealt with too. New York Knicks, 32-16. The Bucks, 26-19. And the Pacers, 26-20. You got some other teams just up under them, but these are the teams I feel like by the time the playoffs come, they're going to be the serious players. You got OKC in the West, 37-9. One more time, you got the Rockets, 32-14. Memphis, 31-16. Today is January the 30th. Thursday, the Rockets play Memphis tonight. That's going to be a big game. We beat Memphis about 2 weeks ago when they were here, or last week. I'm sure they're waiting for some payback. But the Rockets have been going on the road the last 3 or 4 games and still beating teams. Denver, 28-19. The Lakers, 26-19. And the Clippers, 27-20. I feel like these are the teams in the West that are going to have to be dealt with. Let me go with U of H right quick. U of H, 16-3. I tell you guys all the time, I love University of Houston. Why? I say that all the time too. As far back as the 60s, University of Houston was one of the first predominantly white colleges in the South to go out and get black players. So I always give them their flowers. University of Houston is 16-3, 13 in a row in the Big 12. I was a little undecided about Uzan, their new guard, but he is seemed like turning the corner. He's mishing in with the rest of the players. So you got Tugler, Wilson, Jawan, Sharp, you know, Cryer. They got a good team. And they got some young guys that it's just a matter of time for they take off also. Astros and Bergman. I don't know if Bergman will come back, but I wish he does. But if he doesn't, I think the Astros have set themselves up to continue winning. Bergman wanted X amount of dollars. You know, Rockets wanted to, I mean, the Astros want to give him for 6 years, $26 million. $156 million. I mean, hey, you've already made $100-some odd million already from your previous contract. That's almost $300 million. I mean, but it's up to him. You know, you want to get paid what you think you're worth. I don't fault him for that. But you got a good thing going here in Houston. The team loves you. The owners love you. The city love you. So I don't know. I want to go out on a limb and say that he's going to come back. But I don't know if 10 or 15 million more a year will change his mind. But I'm hoping that he comes back. You got the Legacy Bowl. This February the 25th is going to be coached by T.C. Taylor, Jackson State, Sam Shedd, Alabama A&M, Alvin Parker, Virginia Union, and Shaynas Berry, South Carolina State. These are all stars from HBCU schools that are going to play. Okay? And I want to let everyone know that, once again, if you are in the vicinity of any of these games, I don't care if CIAA game, a MEAC game, a SIAC game, a SWAC game, a NIA game. I didn't speak on the NIA, but Langston University is ranked in the nation in NIA. They actually played for the championship last year. I gave them their flowers last year, and they're right back at it again, Langston University in Oklahoma. So we want to shout out to them and let them know that, hey, we watching you. Norfolk State has a women's basketball team that has beat 2 D1 schools already. So Norfolk State is not jiving either, the women nor the men. So we want, if you're in the vicinity, to please go out and support them. And I want to thank everyone for your patience on allowing me to do what I needed to do the last couple of weeks. I'm back, and as Frankie B said, I'm back in stride again. So we're getting ready to do bigger things. I'm gonna have some big time guests on here in the coming future. But I'm gonna tell you right now up front, my first order of business is to get Coach Skeet in here. Coach Skeet has done a marvelous job for TSU women. So the next show, I'm hoping to have her if she can find some time. So family, do me a favor again, hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that bell so you can be notified. Please pass the word that, hey, Fat Larry is back on the dial, and he's back in stride. I got a British guy watching my show. I am so proud of that. And so pass the word about the show. And until next time, peace out.